Hello, this is the Daria Reactions. I am Fred. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. For those who don't know, we are doing well, for me, it's a rewatch of the MTV series Daria because back in the late 90s and early 2000s, I was in high school. So Daria was airing on Thursday nights on MTV, and it was also had like a weekday afternoon slots as well before Total Request Live. I know I said it last week, but damn, that makes me feel old. The fact that I remember such little details like that. Um, any which way, we are 8 episodes in. But before we start talking about this week's episode that we'll be going over, we actually have folks comments on earlier videos, and I did say I would try and talk about them here. First and foremost, there was a comment left on the video for the steamers. Hello, Kitty Gal 16, saying she was like to me perfect role model. I was four and loving watching her and Jane. Um, so more likely they were 4 years old when Daria was first airing. I'm taking it, and that's pretty awesome to hear because again, that was if they were 4 years old back in 1997, and so they're hitting like their 30s now, and so that's that's pretty cool there. And then more recently, and this was I have to go find it here on the video for the episode College Board, which we did several weeks ago. Mark Louis 1891 says, "I appreciate you doing these Daria reactions. Very few YouTubers react to this show, and and I adore Daria. So thank you very much, Mark Louis." Also in that same conversation, because I did do a back and forth there, they said that they watched Daria at a young age with an older teen, so I guess an older sibling. I believe they believe they were about 6 years old when they were watching it back then. So that's pretty outstanding there. That if we are striking a chord. And also found out that there was a podcast called Morgan Dorks, a Daria podcast, and their episodes are available on Spotify. I was not aware that there was a Daria related podcast that only ran for as long as the series was running. Guessing there was only so much that they could get out of it. But I actually look forward to sitting, listening to them as I'm working on other things. Maybe I can get some extra insight and such. More so on the episodes I've already covered as part of this series. But yeah, I am. And I did said I would talk about the stuff in the comment sections. When comments are left, I will talk about them in future videos. So here we are. Then we have others things, other things. Yeah, my brain is. Full disclaimer here: I am recording this at 11:15 at night. Normally, I recorded Daria reactions like around like 10 or 11 in the morning. So I was like doing this a bit later. So my mind is kind of warped. Anyway, so we covered that. Now, how we do the watch along stuff, and not so much the watch along. How I'm doing it to get around the fact that Daria is owned by CBS, Viacom, Paramount, etc. We do the full display capture, but it's blurred out. Mostly, I turn the blur off and on. Audio is turned very down low, but you more likely may hear some residual audio coming from my speakers being picked up by my microphone. I'm not sure I said microphone. It's actually, I do know why. It's a Loaded Weapon reference. Those who've never seen that movie, I highly suggest you seek it out. Tim Curry is in it, so there's your incentive to go watch it. Anyway, the episode that we are covering this week, episode 8, Pinch Sitter, and I do remember this episode. This is the episode where Daria is basically subbing for Quinn, I believe, on on a babysitting job, and Daria basically goes out of her way to open up the worldview of a couple of Stepford children. Like, to quote Lucius Maximus, uh, what in the children of the corn is going on here? And yeah, with these, the typical, again, for the time, they were like the stereotypical, like, perfect children mindset trope that you would see, especially in a lot of sitcoms. I believe there was called like the Delightful Children from Down the Lane would be like the another comparison here to again these Stepford kids, and again we're making a Kids Next Door reference. All right, I was not even a fan of Kids Next Door, but it's like I know enough about that show to make that reference. Anyway, anyway. Um, Trying to think anything else I remember about this episode before we dive into it. No. Nothing is coming immediate to mind. Other than the fact that basically Daria does some like deprogramming. That's essentially it. Anyway, let's get down to it. Lawndale High. His followers obediently drank the poison brew. Wow! Jonestown. One charismatic leader exerting his demonic will over scores of followers. What Mr. Diamanto's voice is loud. Tragic example of herd-like behavior. Kevin? BYOB? Please return to your stupid. Yes, Kevin, please stop answering. While we continue our discussion of cults, can anyone give me another example of a group using coercive techniques such as peer pressure, chanting, and social isolation? The Catholic Church comes immediately to mind. Cheerleading? Sometimes Brittany actually gives the right a good answer there.
Wow! And I didn't even read the chapter. She'll never have to worry about mind control.
No, but she'll have to watch out for ferrets building a nest in her head.
Now remember, your term papers are due Friday, and no excuses will be accepted.
No excuses? Damn! I never had to write a term paper.
I'm not sure. Please, just this once. You're the only person I can trust to do this, Ronnie. I can tell by your eyes.
Really? Quinn being the master manipulator.
And your face, it's very honest.
Yeah, Quinn's eyes are not sincere. Her face is not honest.
You're never gonna go out with me, are you? No. Hey, there's Quinn with one of her many admirers.
She's well liked among classmates of both sexes. And yet, strangely, she turns my stomach.
Yeah, what does she turn her stomach into?
Some guy named Skylar was looking for you this morning.
Oh no! He figured out you're my sister?
Actually, he seemed to think I was your au pair.
Yeah, that's about the one and the same.
People are so weird.
Some are weird. Some are just astonishingly self-centered and deceitful.
Like Quinn.
Skylar Feldman? His family has a boat. It's almost summer.
Yeah, right. Ask him to babysit for you.
But he can't go out with me if he's babysitting.
Then try your sister. She seems like the type who has plenty of nights free.
So that's how Daria gets roped in. So I was right about her filling in for Quinn. And here's another instance. Quinn and Daria are hanging out.
For once, we're in agreement.
This color looks nothing like melon. It's
I mean, that is surreal. Back-to-back episodes where they're like they're watching TV together. So.
But you gotta take my babysitting job. I could end up all summer on some public beach. $6 an hour.
$6 an hour?
I could make a down payment on that isolated mountain cabin.
I'll pay you a $2 an hour bonus. You can do your homework and earn money at the same time.
Well,
That's $8 an hour. That would definitely be well above minimum wage for back then. At least in here in New Jersey, it would be.
And that simply cannot be.
There's angel hair in the freezer, girls, and don't forget, tomorrow night we're hosting our couples workshop. It's Focus on Teens night.
Angel's hair?
I expect you to be there. Sorry, Mom, I have a date. Remember what you said on Saturday? A commitment's a commitment.
Yes, I did say.
Why would angel hairs be in the freezer?
I can't. I have a commitment.
You?
I'm babysitting.
That's a great. So it kind of works out there for Quinn.
Oh no, the laundry shrank your shirt.
No,
I didn't.
Oh,
that's a very tiny shirt.
to wear miniskirts. But life goes on. Well, I was surprised to hear about Daria's babysitting job tomorrow night.
Yeah, I was too.
Especially since it's for the Gupties.
The Gupties?
Call you.
I know.
There's a straight up, they're upties.
In fact, I think I remember something about you going over there tomorrow night.
You know, I think they did shrink this shirt.
Quinn, how do you expect to get anywhere in this world if you don't stick to your commitments?
Quinn will manipulate her way to the out of her commitments.
It's hard to keep track of dates when you're attractive and popular.
I can't have another fiasco like last Saturday night. Think of how it must have felt when those three boys all showed up here at the same time.
It felt great.
I meant for them. You know the time management consultant I've been seeing?
Doris Do Right?
Dina Decker.
Doris Do Right. Any relation to Dudley?
Like a class?
Think of it as a makeover. My treat.
Well, okay.
If it's a makeover, Quinn will be into it.
Talk about an efficient use of quality time.
Now, Daria, I hope Quinn explained our rules. Were you planning on having a boyfriend in the house? Because we don't allow that.
No problem.
Daria has no boyfriends.
Then I guess it's not an issue. Unless I pick up somebody on the way over.
What? She's kidding, Mrs. Gupty. My
Daria
sister
is not
ain't kidding.
kidding.
Haha,
We
Daria.
just saw in the last episode, Daria can attract dudes under the right circumstances.
No, seriously, they're great kids. See you Saturday, Daria.
Bye. $10 surcharge if I have to spend more than 15 minutes with the parents.
That's fair. Prioritize.
That's kind of funny that it's like Quinn would agree to that because I guess Quinn doesn't like the parents either.
Stating the most important first.
1. Spend more time with my family. 2. Break through the firm's glass ceiling. 3. Beat the pants off Carolee Fishbeck in the library board election. 4. Get the spice back into my marriage.
Mom.
4. Window treatments for the living room.
Come on.
Great. And
Hold on, it's like Helen wants to get back in and like spice things up with Jake. Kind of appreciate that.
Sweetie, maybe you'd like to rethink the order.
Helen, Quinn is just being honest. We
Damn.
can't get anywhere unless we take a hard, honest look at what really matters to us.
1. Get the spice back into my marriage.
Yep. Jake has gone from 4 to 1.
Teen life runner, just like Mom's.
My baby's all grown up.
Don't forget to enter this experience on your Proud Moments summary page. I can't use this thing. It's ugly. Customized styles are available for an extra charge.
How much they charge extra?
I'll take the coral. Leatherette. We also sell a matching lipstick and compact
Of
that fits
course
my
they
inside
sell a
pleasure.
matching
Now,
accessories.
and popular and organized.
Of course they would sell like extra accessories.
If they start to drive you nuts, tell
So
them
is this the first instance of it looking like Jane likes to go out running?
And pretend they're dead. First one to move or make a sound loses. This whole thing's giving me the creeps. I can't even think about that stupid history paper.
No, seriously, I know Jane ends up doing a lot. There's a whole episode called Run Jay Run later
What
on.
kind of car would you say that is?
See you later.
It was like, you know,
Isn't that the nouveau riche sports sedan? What are you doing?
Gate evaluation system. Convertibles get bonus points.
that the lipstick on Quinn does not look good.
Bye.
it throws off her character model, I think.
Hey, Daria, where you going? It's couples therapy night.
Babysitting job, Dad.
Wish I had a babysitting job.
What?
Those couples, they're such a bunch of wimps. Always so freaking sensitive.
Oh, Timothy O'Neill was running the
You make
class?
some insensitive couples. I'm sure of it.
Thanks, kiddo.
Ooh. Yeah. Welcome to hell. Shoot me if I ever put a garden gnome in my yard.
Please, Daria, call me Lauren. Come on in. We're almost ready.
Ugh.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Tiny Daria and Tiny Quinn. Get it on, girls.
It's my heart.
Yeah, she stuffs her bra.
Hi, I'm Quinn. I'll be allowed to date in 4 years.
Really?
The little monsters.
Lester.
Those again, Stepford children.
For Quinn after she explained that she calls her grandmother every hour. My grandmother?
To tell her to take her pill.
Oh yeah. Actually, tonight it's my turn.
Now, Daria, here's your schedule. As you can see, we've broken everything down into 15-minute increments.
Oh,
Let's review
good.
it together.
Do you know a woman named Dina Decker by any chance?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. That's what ties
8:15,
things in.
discuss current
Everything
events.
ties in.
8:30, snack. 8:45, post-snack flossing.
And the vocabulary word for the night is indemnification.
We left food for you in the fridge. Have fun,
What
kids.
the hell does
Bye.
indemnification mean?
Okay, you can drop the angel act.
What do you mean? Is it time to floss yet?
Oh, dear Lord. What children of the corn hell is this?
We're supposed to be discussing current events.
I have a headache. Is that current enough for you?
It's very current.
Is Quinn really your sister?
Yeah.
Then how come her hair's so much bouncier than yours?
Rude. Rude. Daria's hair is very bouncy.
Oh, look. There's been a last-minute change in the schedule. It's time to watch TV.
But too much TV is bad for you. It can turn you into a zombie.
Kids, you're
Daria.
already zombies.
Well, that'll make 3 of us.
Oh, the V trip.
Your parents put one of those lockout things on here, didn't they?
Yes, they
All I'm
did.
getting is the forecast channel.
Yay! The 5-day report. That means the Midwestern Business Planner's next.
See, Trisha, I told you the barometric pressure was falling.
Know it all.
With eastern seaboard road conditions after the
And step for children.
Land's big pull of sail.
Commercials are bad.
Commercials. Why?
Let's move the snack up to 8:15. We'll get to flossing quicker.
Yay!
Meanwhile, on Quinn's date,
I know that plenty of guys want to go out with you, and plenty of girls want to go out with me. And that makes me think we should be together.
Oh, Skylar, you're number 1 in my book.
again, the lipstick on Quinn looks really weird.
I'll be right back.
Oh,
Raisins?
Raisins are nature's candy.
Then why do we have
Raisins
to
is
shove
also
them
my
in
intel
chocolate to
guy.
sell them at the movies?
Sugar is bad.
No, it's not.
Sugar rots your teeth.
Okay, that's true.
Sugar makes you hyper.
No, it
Sugar is
doesn't.
sugar.
I can open and I can dream and I am full of self-esteem.
They're full of something, all right.
Parents' word is adoration.
Daria has the right reaction to this. That is, this is pure hell.
This record is shot. Why don't you ask your parents to get you the CD?
Compact discs were forced upon consumers so that record companies can increase their profit margins.
That's important for a 6-year-old to know.
Is it really? Meanwhile, oh no, this is later on. They passed out.
Okay, that's enough cemetery. Let's play a new game. It's called Lichen.
Lichen?
Here are the rules. Lie on the floor and make believe you're a fungus on an old tree trunk. The first one to move or drop a spore loses.
Daria needs help.
Yo. Hey, Grandma. It's time for your damn pill. Huh? You were supposed to be here an hour ago. I'm desperate.
I had to wait for my ride. Trent just got back from rehearsal. Relax, I'm on my way.
Bring junk food.
Daria is desperate for junk food. It also goes to show how much, at least, her relationship with Jane has developed. That Jane will bring food over.
Her bouncy hair? Find something else to do.
I guess we could listen to the record some more.
Okay, the hair it is.
I'll shine your shoes.
There's a visual for you.
Do exactly what adults tell you.
Yes.
Do you always believe everything they say?
Yep.
What if two adults say exactly opposite things?
Wow, that made him think. She broke him. She broke him.
Ouch!
You're mean.
Thank God you're here.
Hey, Trent, come look at this.
Wait, that's the
Where
first.
did you learn to babysit?
Wait, is that the first instance of Daria being embarrassed around Trent?
Can I exfoliate your skin?
Quinn lets you do that?
Quinn doesn't need it.
Yes, well, you've used exfoliate, our vocabulary word of the night. So now it's time for bed.
But the vocabulary word for the night is indemnification.
What
Hate
the?
to say it.
What the hell does that even
We're all
mean?
suited up, so it's time to blast off to Sleepyland.
I guess I just don't speak the language.
But you have to read us a bedtime story first. It's on the schedule.
Sure is. Right before ear canal irrigation and praying for world peace.
And the-
Mr. Potty goes to town. The Tidy Teddy Bear family. Kanisha's first Kwanzaa.
The 10 arguments for the elimination of television pop-up.
Again,
activity book.
their parents
Is
are the
there anything
worst.
decent to read?
Got some old classics over here.
They'll do.
Cinderella.
Cinderella skipped the ball and asked her fairy godmother to make her the first woman president. Realizing that the monarchy was obsolete, the prince opened a video store.
That's not how it goes.
That's how the new version goes.
Better this way.
And then the little engine decided that he just wasn't the competitive type.
So old Mother Hubbard tracked down the deadbeat loser.
I said, yeah, Daria's doing the deprogramming
And
thanks to
he shared
Jane.
away with a spoon. But Hawaii was the only state that would recognize the marriage as legal.
And the truth is, no one will ever ask to see your permanent record.
Wow. You guys are smart.
I think that's enough for tonight.
Gee, Mom and Dad never told us that people can think for themselves.
Of course they didn't. Their parents are Republicans.
Daria, Jane, how do we know that what you tell us is the truth?
You don't. And that's the greatest lesson of all.
We made up that part about aliens living under the North Pole.
They live under the South Pole.
The kid's gonna be alright.
Well, they're finally asleep. Think you can fix that?
Think I can fix it?
He did fix it.
The Six Sad World Primetime Special with people just like you, only more pathetic.
Just
No one's more
kidding.
pathetic than me.
I guess you're not gonna work on your paper.
I'll have to get an extension. Right now, I'm having trouble remembering my own name.
Can we have a drink of water? Cool! Mud wrestling!
How do they know about that?
Busted! Kick him to the curb, girlfriend. This is fun. You're my favorite babysitter,
Do we look stupid or something?
Yes.
So much progress in one night.
So when you want to go out again?
How about a week from Thursday?
And I don't like the
I thought you were
lipstick
my
on Quinn. I don't.
I have to stick to my commitments. Besides, I wrote them down in pen.
Wednesday, Eric. But he's my best friend. And who's Bob?
Who's?
No,
What
it's
about
B
Bob?
period, O period, B period. It stands for boy on bike. I didn't catch his name.
Let me see that.
Hey!
Whoa, what's this? Long-term plans. September, break up with Skylar. October, go out with Taylor?
His parents have a ski house.
Meanwhile, Daria has passed out.
Hi, Daria. How did it go? Any problems? It sure is hard to tear them away from their oral hygiene routine. But other than that,
Well, thanks for coming over. We'd hate to miss couples therapy night.
I just love the new picture in your living
Oh,
room.
they were at the
You were my house.
Morgendorfers.
Yes. And we had a breakthrough tonight. Your father cried.
Jake cried?
Brittany, although your topic, the cult of abs, was an intriguing one, I'm afraid that the choice of photo collage rather than actual text did not work to your advantage.
Gee, bummer.
She passed.
Ruined all my magazines.
Daria, your paper was excellent, and the original research was thought-provoking, although it would probably be considered a felony in most states.
I doubt. No, it
A
wouldn't.
real-life experiment in mind-control deprogramming.
subtitle, My Night at the Gupties. I guess I got inspired.
Talk
It
about
was.
an
It,
efficient
it
use of
it was a very efficient use of time and a good night.
I am cool and that is it. And everyone
And now
else
it's
is
full of, full of, full of shit.
La 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 la.
Oh boy. That episode actually holds up remarkably well. And no, I do not apologize for saying like, oh, can you think of a cult? Yes, the Catholic Church immediately comes to mind. Uh, yeah. Let's put it mildly. It's like the Gupties are basically like the your equivalent of Ron DeSantis, basically, of what they want all their kids to be. Like, don't question authority. It's like limit what books and music they have access to. Form perfect little zombies. It's like, oh boy. So yeah, I enjoy just ripping into that. Um, so a couple of different things here. Daria with pigtails is like I forgot about that. It's a great look for her. Uh, to put it mildly. It's like it's one of the few times that Daria. I saw like the end credits things where they put the characters in different like outfits and stuff. It's one of the like very few times that Daria actually has a noticeable change in hair color, not the hair color but hairstyle. I am still fully convinced Jane was going to go out for a run because we see her putting on sneakers instead of like because you normally wear running shoes. So I think that's the first instance that Jane has like the interest in running. At least I again thinking long term from other stuff that I remember. Um, Prior to this episode, Daria doesn't has like only a couple of interactions with Trent, but nothing to establish that she has like a crush on him or something that would imply that she would be embarrassed about being seen with her hair done up as pigtails. Do, 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 do. And yeah, and much as I just realized why the lipstick coloring on Quinn just looks weird because it's such a different color that it does not match like the palette of any characters in the show. It's almost as if like the animators is like this picked an obscenely odd color choice. In this case, like a real bright orange. It just really sticks out, and it doesn't exactly blend well with any with the other characters. We because we have seen characters in Daria with the that wears makeup, uh, and it on them it doesn't make it doesn't stand out as much, and it's not much of a distraction. The whole thing with I know I didn't really talk about it much or really reacted to it. The whole subplot of Quinn like using a planner to really lay out her social agenda for schools. Like, okay, she's going to date Skylar for the summer because he has his family has a boat, and but in this she's gonna dump him in the fall because this other person has a ski house. It's kind of it's very Quinn, and it does play into how smart she is and how manipulative she is. So, well, in a couple of the previous episodes, there's things that you find out like 2 episodes ago with this year's model. You almost root for her and also applaud her for recognizing that there's going to be a bad situation and figuring out a way to get out of it. And in the lab rats, she's certainly getting her comeuppance of short for how manipulative she is. But here, this episode is entirely built around it and how she literally plans almost everything around her being able to get guys to do whatever she wants, whatever she wants them to do. So it's in its own way, and so Quinn does come across in this episode as particularly unlikable in that regard. So let's see. Anything else that stands out to me here? No, I think that just about covers it. Off the top of my head. I no, I matter of fact, I did like the fact that there was the callback to the couple's therapy night thing. That it gets mentioned is like Jake is not too thrilled about it, and then everything call everything calls back to it. So it kind of makes you wonder because how what pushed Jake to cry or open up or anything of that to be a bit more sensitive. And I think this was also one of the first instances of Helen admitting that she wants to, bring some little spark back into her love life with with Jake too. And I'm trying to remember, is I think there is actually an episode that kind of shows them as being a little bit rambunctious about around the Morgendorfer home, but I'm not entirely sure when that is. I vividly remember at least one instance of Jake doing one of these type of motions in an episode, but again, I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, yeah. So all in all, I think that will definitely cover it. Comment, of course, in the comment section what you thought of the episode, what you remember, so forth. I will respond. I do respond to all comments, and as seen at the beginning of this video, I will, of course, talk about those comments in a future video, depending on like when the comments start pop in and such. So things are kind of done out of order, but I do respond to pretty much every single comment that's left on any videos. So comment, of course, like, subscribe if you want to, uh, all that good stuff. Tighten your friendship bracelet. Stay safe. We'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.